and we bring that 27 mopar second position. It's good for the championship, and we'll see for the next race.
Now, Andrew, I want to talk about strategy. We're on a new tire, General Tire, and you guys decided, along with teammate DJ Kennington, to come in for tires before the halfway point of the race. You really had trouble getting back through the field. Were you trying to conserve back there, or was it that challenging?
Well, it's those strategy where you try to do different than everybody, and what happened there, I think we pit maybe a little bit too early, and at the same time, you try to gain some position, save the tire for the end, but maybe I pushed a little bit too hard there, and we missed like maybe 3 laps with good tire. But overall, it's been a great weekend for us. Very happy. We were second, and it's good for the point. We need to gain some point every race, and that one is important.
Congratulations, Andrew, on a second place run.
Thank you very much.
Just doing one more picture down here in Victory Lane before we have the top 3 podium. At this time, we'd like to welcome Rob Fight.
All right, we're getting ready for the next round. We've got cars rolling around the racetrack, and as a matter of fact, they've just exited turn number 5 and coming up the back straightaway. This is the Nissan Micra Cup 40-minute race. These vehicles, the Micras, are being led by something special and someone special. He's the Formula One pace car driver, the Micra 1 Series director as well. He is not a direct relation, but his name is Gilles Villeneuve. Gilles behind the wheel brings the name to the Leaf Nismo RC. It's an electric car. There are 1 of 6 built in the world. There's 1 in North America. There are 2 that are actually running in the planet. We have one here today. It's a $650,000, 322 horsepower, 174 pound-feet of torque, all-wheel drive, electric race car. When you have a chance, if you haven't had the opportunity, give this automobile a look. This is, who knows, this could be the future of racing. The car coming in along pit lane. Gilles Villeneuve brings it in. The balance of the field is making their way around the race course through turns number 8, 9, and now 10. And momentarily, we expect to see our racers. The first of which, we will see the Nissan Micra Cup contest underway once again. And we've had some great racing over the course of the last couple of days, and this looks like another terrific one.
And we are green and away. This one with a 40-minute time limit on it. And of course, in race number 1, Olivier Bedard took the win in race number 1 yesterday over the rookie Marco Signoretti in the 97 Micra. Kevin King 43rd, 220. Valerie Lamage was 4th, and the 00 of Jake Exton was back there in the 5th place position. But right now, as they peel off at turn number 3, it is the rookie driver Marco Signoretti who had the lead. But here comes Bedard on the outside through turn number 4. They'll go side by side into Moss Corner. Bedard on the inside will grab the lead. Signoretti in that PayPal sponsored Micra right there on his rear bumper as they exit out of 5C and head up the Andretti straightaway. That is the 220 of Valerie Lamage. the Total sponsored Micra in the third place spot. And then we've got a war going on, Jim, for the rest of the positions in the top 10. They're running 2 and 3 wide up the Andretti straightaway.
The literal opposite of the NASCAR Pity Series automobiles. These ones are littler. These ones are quieter. These ones are just barely 100 horsepower machines, but they're being likewise, like the Pity Series cars, having the wheels driven off them, coming around the racetrack as fast as they dare. Olivier Bedard held on to the inside into turn number 5 and took over the lead. Gave it up for the first couple of corners, but it wasn't too very long before the expertise came to the fore once again. Bedard, our race leader, as they cross the start-finish line for lap 1. It's Marco Signoretti, the young rookie who's been doing a tremendous job all weekend long in second place. Valerie Limoges, another veteran with the race series in the number 220 car. The young lady driving in the top half dozen. We've got Taylor Neers, the number 58 fifth, and Jake Exton's 00 car rounding up the top half dozen as they head down to the bottom of turn number 2.
And the race leader, Bedard, who qualified here on the pole with a lap at 1:43.893, and then went on to win the race yesterday from the pole, led every one of the laps, although challenged by Signoretti, the rookie driver coming out of the karting ranks in one of the 2 PayPal-sponsored cars. As we look at some of the other racing going on a little bit further back in the field, all the way through that top 10, the number 28 car going through. That is Frederic Bernier, one of our senior class drivers. But up the Andretti straightaway, it is still Olivier Bedard, the 3-time Nissan Micra Cup champion, by just about a car length over Signoretti. And he will pull up alongside Signoretti, who had closed in the race yesterday and was giving Bedard a real run into the top of the S's. Signoretti on the outside is going to grab the lead.
What a pass.
Unbelievable pass by the rookie. Signoretti, who had closed on Bedard yesterday when he missed the shift, and that dropped them back far enough that Bedard was able to hold on for the win. But this talented rookie driver is getting quicker each time out at the racetrack, and he has gone to the front, working the draft beautifully off the end of the Andretti straightaway to grab the lead into the S's. Now they go at it, and they pulled well clear of the rest of the field as they head up to turn number 2. That blue and white PayPal number 97 Micra of the rookie driver Marco Signoretti from Toronto, just ahead of the 3-time champion Bedard in car number 1. And then we've got a war as well going on for third, involving Valerie Limoges in car number 220 and 40, Kevin King.
Boy, great battles going on the racetrack, and actually if there's a stereotypical way to get your racing career underway, Marco Signoretti is all about it. Karting, doing well in karting, moving up to big four-wheel vehicles with the Micra Cup machine this year. Second place yesterday in the top 3 all day long, practice and otherwise. Marco Signoretti following Olivier Bedard around the racetrack for the first half of the first lap. Gets all the way up to turn number 9, and for the first time all weekend, I've seen he is the first person I've seen make a pass on the outside of turn number 9 and make it stick. He's done a tremendous job. If there's somebody to follow around the racetrack and learn from the veterans' experience, hey, if Marco Signoretti should follow Olivier Bedard around a lap or two, because there's a lot to be learned there.
Well, Jim, right now he's got to chase Olivier Bedard, because Bedard and 97 Signoretti got into it in Moss Corner, and that has pushed Signoretti back in about the 3rd place position as those 2 drivers were going at it. So Bedard clearly out in front. Signoretti with the lead, got out of shape into turn number 5.
Whoa.
Ran wide, and that has shuffled him back. So now he's got to climb the ladder in that number 97 car that's sitting in 3rd. Then it is Kevin King, 40 and 4th. And then his PayPal teammate, Taylor Neer, in the number 58 Micra, back there in the 5th place spot. Running in 6th is Jake Exton in the 00, then the 98. That is your lead senior class driver, Sylvain Willette. The 20 of Austin Riley runs 8th. 28, another senior class driver in Frederic Bernier, is 9th. And then Nicholas Barrett in 427 rounds out the top 10.
a stereotypical rookie error as they come down into turn number 5 one more time as we watch Marco Signoretti. This time by, he's a little bit tighter in between turns 5A and C, the two 90-degree corners linked at Moss Turn. The last time by, he got a couple tires on the outside of the rumble strip at the exit of turn number 5. Wasn't quite able to turn the car into the tight piece of at the end of the turn. Gave away a bunch of real estate. On the other hand, didn't make a mistake, didn't hurt the car, didn't get into anything. The car's still 100%. There's still lots of racing to go. A rookie mistake, but a learning error at the same time.
And he is closing on Valerie Limoges off the end of the Andretti straightaway. We've got the 88 car. That's Michael Habrish is on pit road as they've got the right side of that Micra jacked up. And looks like they may be either working something on the chassis or changing one of the tires.
Yeah, they had a tire by the pit wall, but I'm not sure it's actually being put into use, but they're working hard at it and doing the best they very can.
Well, Olivier Bedard looking to check out here on the rest of the field as we pick up on this tremendous three-way fight going on for second, third, and fourth. Valerie Limoges, number 220, who yesterday finished fourth in that opening race, continues to hold off the rookie driver Marco Signoretti in car number 97, and then the 40 of Kevin King, who is in fourth, 58 Taylor Neer, the second of the PayPal sponsored entered cars, back in the 5th place spot. Then the 00 of Jake Exton in 6th. 7th is still 98 Sylvain Ouellette. 8th is the 20 of Austin Riley, the Racing with Autism Micra in 8th. 9th is 28 Frederic Bernier, and 10th is Eric Chaput in the number 116.
What a great trio that is. Valerie Limoges, a veteran of the race series, been with it for several years now. Marco Signoretti coming in for the first time. This is race weekend number 1 for the 97 car. Kevin King, somewhere in between. Kevin, I don't think, has quite as much time behind the wheel of the Micras as Valerie does, but Kevin King is most definitely one of the front runners. Seen him over the past year or so, always in the top half dozen cars, if not in the top 3. Kevin King, a veteran, and between the three of them, a really, really interesting trio trying to chase down the wily veteran Olivier Bedard. How old is Olivier? He's as old as I am, and I don't feel a day over 25.
And there is a change in that second place position. Marco Signoretti able to get around Valerie Limoges at the end of the straightaway. One of the drivers putting a couple of wheels off into the grass on the start-finish straightaway, so they shuffled the deck in that battle for second. The question now, can Signoretti pull away here and start to reel in Bedard? Because the last time by, it was about 3.2 seconds. Olivier Bedard to Marco Signoretti, and we'll check the lap times on these drivers. Right now, Bedard has the fastest lap of the race, a minute 45.056. So they're actually running a little bit slower than they ran in race number 1 yesterday, when Bedard was down into the minute 43s, as was Signoretti. So he's going to have to put up a bunch of 43s if he wants to reel in the race leader. Meanwhile, out of turn 5B, that race for second continues to heat up. Signoretti in the blue and white PayPal, number 97 car, holds the number 2 spot. Limoges right there in the 220 in third, and then Kevin King 40 is fourth. And try to make it a four-way fight is 58 Taylor Neer from Toronto in the second of those blue and white PayPal cars.
Boy, some great racing going on just about every way throughout the field. Identical cars, that's for sure. As far as driving skill and experience, that's where the big difference is, and it showed today. The rookies have made their fair share of mistakes. The wily veteran of Olivier Bedard out front has been as fast as anybody else, knows his way around the racetrack, knows these cars pretty well, has been driving them as long as anyone else, and is showing it. The number 1 car is the race leader, Marco Signoretti, the 97 runs in second place. Will cross the line momentarily. The difference between first and second is 3.0, almost exactly 3 seconds. And this time by, Marco Signoretti turns his fastest lap, which is 2/100ths of a second faster than Olivier Bedard. It's going to take him a while to catch him up.
Indeed, these three drivers just locked together. There you see a couple of different lines down through the bottom of turn number 2, where Signoretti was a little wider, Bedard goes through, still about 3 to 4 seconds, officially 3.0 and change. So Signoretti, who again has gone faster, works under the bridge at turn number 4, and down the chute into Moss Corner he will go. So he runs up into 5A as the race leader Olivier Bedard comes off of 5B. And now they begin the run up the back straightaway. These Nissan Micras, just 109 horsepower at the disposal. They've got all the safety equipment. Certainly the most affordable racing series in Canada, and certainly more fun per dollar than any other series. And they're all by himself in 5th. Having a good run here is Taylor Neer. He finished 6th yesterday. The Micra Cup driver out of Toronto in that second of the PayPal cars off the end of the Andretti straightaway into the top of the S's. We've got a great three-way fight going on involving the 00 of Jake Exton. That Clarington Nissan, the local Nissan dealer, sponsoring the 00 of Jake Exton. Sylvain Ouellette, 98. And number 20, Austin Riley. He is the other car in that trio running here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Then it is Frederic Bernier, 28 and 9th, and Eric Chaput, number 116, back in the 10th place spot.
An interesting contrast, the electric race car out on the race course to lead the field around the $650,000 Leaf Nismo RC, 322 horsepower, 2 engines, one at either end of the automobile, more torque than you can imagine for this machine. And now we have the other end of the Nismo racing family, the little Micras out on the race course, 103 horsepower, and these are within dollars of being $10,000 race cars. We had a $650,000 show race car, and now we got the real thing out on the race course, and they're putting on quite a show, and it looks as though they may slowly but surely be closing in on Olivier Bedard. It might only be by 10th of a second, but it's underneath 3 seconds now. Marco Signoretti in the 97 car, still a little bit faster than the race leader, but he's going to run out of time in a hurry, I'm afraid. We still have about 25 minutes remaining.
Well, that chasing group have all managed to put minute 44 second lap times up on the board. The race leader, Bedard, not being pressured, and the best he has done is a minute 45.019. So if they can work together in the draft, they should be able to run down Bedard as we get to the closing stages. The race yesterday had a 30-minute limit on it. This one scheduled for 40 as they peel off at turn number 10. And on the start-finish straightaway back to the line, this will be lap number 8 going up on the board. So 8 laps completed in just a little over 14 minutes into the 40-minute run here this afternoon.
And if you're down around pit lane, you might want to run down to one of the teams, Marco Signoretti, Valerie Limoges, Kevin King. Run down and tell them the announcers say you guys keep working together because you're catching the race leader, in case you haven't noticed. Not that we're trying to help out anybody or do anything nasty to Olivier Bedard's day today, but it's going to be a great race when they get there. It's just a matter of if they have enough time. Olivier Bedard, 2.8 seconds in front of Marco Signoretti, 3 seconds in front of Valerie Limoges, and the fastest of those cars is Kevin King's 4th place, number 40. It's only a fraction of a second, but he's driving very, very fast race laps.
And that driver back in that 5th place position, Taylor Neer, in the 58 car, has dropped back a little bit further now as they have quickened the pace in that trio running 2nd, 3rd, 4th. The 58 car there of Taylor Neer is starting to lose ground, but then we've got some of those other fights that are going on, including that battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Jake Exton in the 00. Clarington Nissan is coming under pressure here from that number 98. Sylvain Ouellette entry off the end of the Andretti straightaway. We'll see, took a look, but not close enough to try to get around that yellow and red and black 00 Clarington Micra of Jake Exton in that 00.
That's another trio. Austin Riley is in that hunt as well. And the last time we looked, Austin was about 0.4 of a second behind, not losing any ground to anybody. But it's the XN00, the 98 Ouellette, and the number 20 black and green Micra that finds itself in 8th place overall. The number 20 car, 8th place. So far, no big changes. We've got 9 laps in the books. And we have, according to the clock on the wall, 22 minutes and 42 seconds left.
Let's take you a little bit further back. Number 4, Peter Hansen, one of our senior class drivers, is 11th. Nicholas Barrett, 427, runs in the 12th place spot. Mario Bertiome, 728 in 13th. 14th is 75, Alex Habrish. And then in 15th, Xavier Lassus, one of our rookie drivers, and then the young lady, 26-year-old Demi Chalkias, who had a pretty good run here yesterday and brought it home in the qualified 16th, and then brought it home here in 12th, right now running back in 16th. Her best lap is a minute 49.615, and yesterday was able to improve all the way down into the minute 45s, 46s, but right now being shown 16th among the drivers. And that 88 car that pitted here early, Michael Habrish, looks like he is still in the pits and out of the running here this afternoon. Race leader, number 1, Olivier Bedard, on the start-finish straightaway. Here comes 2nd, 3rd, 4th, that trio up across the line into turn number 1, and it continues to be the rookie Marco Signoretti ahead of 220 Valerie Limoges and number 40 Kevin King, still the 58 of Taylor Neer, running out your top 5.
Wow, the battle for second place gets better every time we see it. Marco Signoretti's number 97 car, 2.5 seconds behind the race leading Olivier Bedard. But Valerie Limoges is 27 hundredths of a second behind him. Kevin King is now 33 100ths of a second behind Valerie Limoges. That's a great trio. The difference between that threesome and the race leader is about 3.5, actually just over 3 seconds. We got 4 cars running within 3 seconds of each other, and we still have 21 minutes to go. This is going to be a great race, and it's not nearly over yet.
And it is 2.5 seconds back from the leader, Bedard, to this trio of Micras out of turn 5C. They'll head up under the Mobile One bridge and try to run him down. If they continue to work together and don't stop playing swap and chop, they might be able to catch Bedard before this one is all over. Olivier Bedard looking to cap off his 4th season where he's looking at a 4th championship. Right now he's 2.5 seconds ahead of that chasing group into turn number 8. Valerie Limoges did take a look on the inside here of Signoretti, but decided to follow him. And as they come into turn number 10, on the start-finish straightaway, we'll check the interval here. It was 2.5, and as Bedard goes through, the margin between Bedard, your race leader, just waiting for the computer here to set over. Looks like it's about the same, so they are going to need to work together. In fact, it's gotten a little bit further. It's 2.9, so Bedard a little bit quicker that time by, getting into the minute 44. So Bedard has just turned his fastest lap of the race, and there is a challenge by Kevin King looking to get around Valerie Limoges. They had a war here yesterday, and in fact, Limoges and King in the final results, Kevin King was given 3rd ahead of Valerie Limoges as those two drivers got into it out of turns 9 and 10 in yesterday's race. Here's Valerie Limoges, takes a look on the inside, tries to get a good drive out of 5B, tucked right on the rear bumper of Signoretti, and King with the best seat in the house to watch that action. So these 3 drivers all trying to chase down Olivier Bedard in that red number 1 solid experts Micra. And as we said, we'll continue to monitor the margin. It was 2.9 seconds back to the group here. There are 2 tickets to the victory podium, but 3 drivers trying to settle it. And then, of course, we've got all of our senior class drivers. And right now, The top senior class driver is Sylvain Willette in car number 9. Oh, we got a problem here down in Moss Corner. I believe that is one of the cars has run off at Moss Corner. We'll get identification here in just a moment. We'll see if we've got a replay of that. Up front, Bedard making his way back down through turn 4, heading down to Moss Corner. Pardon me, up into turn number 3 now. That was 2 from the camera shot. Battle for second continues. Marco Signoretti, the Toronto driver in that PayPal-sponsored car coming out of the karting ranks, continues to hold off 220 Valerie Limoges and Kevin King as the race leader works back into Moss Corner on lap number 13. Looks like he's stretched out the lead even a little bit more now, Jim.
Well, it's tough to tell because every time they go by, the fastest lap numbers change. And actually, if there's one driver who seems to be trying harder than anybody else, watch Valerie Limoges. No matter where you are, if you're near a corner, Valerie Limoges is trying to use pieces of the racetrack that nobody else is using. If it means cutting the corner, if it means squeezing the apex of the corner a little bit, she's got 2 wheels on the rumble strip on the inside of the corner. At the outside of the corner, she's got a couple wheels on the rumble strip on the outside of the corner. She's trying to make the corners as smooth as she possibly can. If she can find a 1/10 of a second, that's all she needs to get by Marco Signoretti, or at the very least, stay even with him. Some interesting lap times. Race leader's best, 1:44.8. Signoretti's best, 1:44.6. Limoges best, 1:44.7, 1:44.5. Kevin King is still the fastest race car on the racetrack, the 4th place, number 40. Down the front straightaway again. This is lap number 13.
Believe that is Peter Hansen in that green Micra that's off at turn number 5. And I think he has dropped back off of the lead lap. So Hansen all the way down in 16th position. That'll move Demi Chalkias up into 15th. Her best lap so far has been a 1:49, so well off the pace. So I'm not sure if they made some changes to the race car that didn't work out, but as we said in yesterday's race, she had improved from what she had been running in the qualifying and ended up getting down to a fast lap of 1:45.833, but is about 4 seconds a lap off of that. Race leader in through Moss Corner, and now again they begin that run up the Andretti straightaway, and checking that margin from the race leader Bedard to the chasing group is back down to 2.7 seconds, so not dramatic changes there, but Signoretti 2.7 seconds back as they continue to click off those 1:44 lap times pretty consistently under the Canadian Tire Bridge. They run it into the top of the S's at turn number 8. The blue and white PayPal 97 car with the 2nd place spot, trying to get close to Bedard, trying to get in the draft where he may have a shot at taking the win. He got real close yesterday, then missed the shift, and that cost him about 15 car lengths, and that gave the win to Bedard, who's looking to double up here this afternoon by taking the 2nd half of our Nissan Micra Cup doubleheader. Round 1 yesterday, this is round 2, and they'll be back here as part of our Chevy Silverado 250 weekend in August, before they wrap up the championship at the end of September at Mont-Tremblant.
2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 3 different lines through turn number 2. If you had the opportunity at the top of the hill, very, very different. And now the inside, it's Kevin King looking to see if he can find a way by Valerie Limoges at the top of turn number 3. Side by side. It's going to be close into 4. There's no paint traded yet, but boy, they couldn't get too much closer. Limoges on the inside. Now into turn number 5, the advantage goes to Kevin King and the spot.
Kevin King picks up the spot. Here comes Valerie Limoges. Back down on the inside, and there was definitely a little bit of contact there. Kevin King runs off the racetrack and will retake that third place position. This is reminiscent of some of the action between these two drivers yesterday in race number 1 as they swapped that third place position, I think about 4 times between turns 3 and going up onto the Andretti straightaway. So now what was a tightly packed group has split apart. Marco Signoretti, the rookie driver, all by himself in second. And contact there at the end of the straightaway.
That was nasty.
Valerie Limoges right into the back of Kevin King. He does an amazing job of driving it out into the grass and will get back onto the racetrack. But things getting very heated between these two drivers as they were wheel to wheel down through the bottom end of the racetrack. And then Limoges looks like she got right into the back of Kevin King as they ran it out of 8 into 9, put him out onto the grass. King did a nice job of keeping that Micra under control, has been able to jump back on the racetrack, maintain that 4th place position just ahead of Taylor Neer, who is in the 5th place spot. Also a change in the 6th place position. Austin Riley in car number 20 has moved up into the 6th place spot. 7th is the 00 of Jake Exton. 8th is 98 Sylvain Willette. He is your senior class leader, Willette number 98. Then Frederic Bernier, 9th. He'll be 2nd place senior. And Eric Chaput, number 116, rounds out the top 10. He would be your 3rd place senior class driver here at the moment.
Well, my hat's off to Kevin King, a tremendous piece of driving. Got touched from the rear, deliberately or otherwise. That's subject to debate up in the race control office right now. Valerie Limoges in the 220 car lost a spot in turn number 5, and actually she and Kevin King traded that spot twice in turn number 5 a lap and a half ago. Kevin came out with the advantage, drove up the back of the straightaway. The piece in turn number 8 where they may have touched the brakes or at least get off the gas. Kevin got off the gas. Valerie didn't, and gave him just enough turn to push him to the inside onto the grass. The car didn't get sideways, thankfully, because it would have been on its roof. Kevin King held onto that car and set a prayer all at the same time, and it worked out for him. Kevin King still runs in 4th place. The number 40 machine is still underway. Whether race officials have anything to say about this at the end of the race will be interesting to find out.
So what was a very tightly bunched trio of cars running 2nd, 3rd, 4th is now split apart. Checking the margin, Signoretti up to Bedard. It's now 3.7 seconds. So Olivier Bedard has clicked off a bunch of laps here in the minute 44 as he opens up a little more breathing room, looking to double up here this weekend and begin defense of his Nissan Micra Cup Championship with back-to-back wins here to take the points lead coming out of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. There you see the 00 of Jake Exton, who was up there in that 6th place position. He has now dropped down into 7th as Austin Riley, racing with Autism sponsored 20 car, up into that 6th place position. Good run for him. Jake Exton, the 00, the Clarington Nissan entry in 7th. 8th is 98, your senior class leader, Sylvain Willette. Then Frederic Bernier still running 9th in car number 28. And the 116 of Eric Chaput, another one of our rookie drivers and a senior class runner, rounds out our top 10.
Interesting. It appears as though Kevin King has eased his pace a little bit. Rather than running the 144s, 145s that he had been running, is now down to the 147s. I can't help but believe, if nothing else, Kevin has backed off the pace just to collect his thoughts a little bit. And at the same time, make sure after that little off-road excursion, the inside of turn number 8, outside of 9 a moment ago, make sure the car is 100%, because he didn't bring it in pit lane. It's entirely up to him to diagnose whatever may have befallen that car. And once again, say a prayer and cross his fingers, and so far it's held up for him. He keeps on rolling. He's still in 4th place and rather comfortably, but as far as the top 3 finish, it could have evaded him today. 9 minutes left on the clock.
Looking at one of the best battles here in the top 10 involving the 00 of Jake Exton. in that Clarington Nissan car. He is running 7th, having a go at it here with the senior class driver, Sylvain Ouellette, number 98. They're going to be scored separately because they do give awards separately for the senior class drivers from the regulars in the Micra Cup. And right now they are having a pretty good tussle here for that 7th and 8th place position. Ahead of them, 20. Austin Riley having a pretty lonely run here in 6th, as is 58 Taylor Neer, who is 5th. But he is some 16 seconds back of the race leader, Olivier Bedard, as we continue to follow that fight that's going on here for the 7th and 8th position. The 00, Jake Exton, who actually won one of these Nissan Micra Cup races last August here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. And I think right now we've got a battle shaping up for 5th involving Taylor Neer, 58 in that PayPal sponsored entry, and number 20, Austin Riley, in the number 20 car.
A real battle, that's for sure. And well, it has been the case through the entire contest, and honestly, throughout the entire weekend. The only person who has seemed to have things in his back pocket all weekend long is Olivier Bedard, the number 1 driver, still out front. The difference between 1st and 2nd now, he's got 4 seconds over Marco Signoretti. Marco's had a learning weekend, that's for sure. And for somebody that's just stepped into these cars, hey, a couple second-place finishes isn't anything to complain about for sure. Marco Signoretti, a really nice drive once again today. Still a couple minutes to go, still a chance. Olivier Bedard is human, and now and then we all make human beings. Human mistakes, I mean.
32 minutes gone by. We've got less than 8 minutes to go. 18 laps completed. Yesterday, we managed to get a grand total of 16 laps done in the 30-minute race. This one, 10 minutes more. So a 40-minute run for these drivers. And Bedard now has opened up a 4.3-second advantage on the battle that was going on for 2nd. And now we continue to follow that race between the 58 of Taylor Neer and number 20, Austin Riley. Really, it's the best battle going on here in the top 10. And of course, our great crowd out here for the Castro Victoria Day Speed Fest. There's always a first time you come to a racetrack, Jim, and we'd like to say an announcer shout out to Liam Stengel. I think Liam's about 8 or 9, big car fan out here with his dad.
Right.
Checking out the action here, and well, I'm sure we'll see them back later on in the summer. Off the end of the Andretti straightaway, that race continuing between the 58 car of Taylor Neer and the 20 of Austin Riley. It's down to just a couple of car lengths as they peel off a turn 10 on the start-finish straightaway. This is going to be lap number 19 going up on the board. Also, we've got a tight battle going on between the 00 of Jake Exton and the senior driver, 98, Sylvain Ouellette. Right now, he's leading that senior class and having a real go at it there with 00 Jake Exton.
I've only got one question. I mean, maybe you can help me out with this one. You know Olivier Bedard. Why isn't he a senior driver? How much did that cost?
Bedard is saw him on the podium yesterday.
Yep.
Young, talented driver.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he has anything more to prove here in the Nissan Micra Cup Series. He's already won 3 of the championships, has then been the dominant driver over the first 4 years of the championship. He's won 3 of 4 championships. This, of course, is year 5 of the series, as they prepare to move on to Calabogie. That'll be rounds 3 and 4. Then it'll be Mont Tremblant for rounds 5 and 6 at the end of July. They'll run as one of the support class races at the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivières, where we'll have the Nissan Leaf Nismo there being the safety car. And then, as we said, they're back here to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park on the Chevy Silverado 250 weekend for what'll be rounds 9 and 10 of the championship, and then they'll wrap it up in late fall at Mont Tremblant, at the Mont Tremblant circuit there. These two fights in the top 10 continue to wage. Austin Riley in car number 20 putting in a solid run here this afternoon. He is all over that number 58 car, the PayPal entry of 58, Taylor Neer, just a couple of car lengths apart. That one's going to go right down to the last lap. Taylor Neer finishing 7th here yesterday. Austin Riley was one better in 6th, and those two drivers going right at it again.
One more time, going at it again. As far as the lap times are concerned, last lap, take a look at this one. 2:20, Valerie Limoges, 1:46.4. Kevin King, the number 40 car in 4th place, 1.2 seconds behind, turned to 1:45.2. 46.4 to 45.2. Kevin King in the 40 car. He wants that 3rd step in the podium. There's no doubt about it. He's coming hard.
He is. The minute 44 lap times is going to get him closer. And now that Racing with Autism number 20 entry of Austin Riley, parked rear on the rear bumper of the 58 car of Taylor Neer as they continue to close it up. This one a long way from over. Right now, Olivier Bedard with a commanding lead of some 5.4 seconds. Here comes Bedard, your race leader, into turn 10 as we've got less than 3 minutes to go, about 3 minutes to go. Bedard up across the stripe. Lap number 21 goes up on the board. Here comes the rookie.
Look at this.
Marco Signoretti, and then Limoges 220 and King number 40. Remember, these two drivers have had a bunch of heated exchanges throughout the weekend. It happened yesterday in turns 9 and 10 late in the race. Limoges and King going at it. They had that incident at the end of the Andretti straightaway where it looked as though Limoges in that lime green 220 car got into the back of King, put him off into the grass, and now King is right up here on the rear bumper of Valerie Limoges. The battle here for that 3rd place position. The final ticket to the victory podium comes off at turn number 3. King is all over the rear bumper. We've got a little over 2 minutes to go. Next time by, Olivier Bedard should get the last lap indication. We'll follow this race for 3rd into the hairpin.
Hey, we're not talking about heated exchanges, discussions in the beer line. We're talking about bumper to bumper, side by side, contact in 5 once again. Kevin King thought about it, touched the back corner for Valerie Limoges. Valerie continues to hold on to the spot, but this one isn't done.
Well, on the inside, King got up on the inside curbing. He saw an opening there, went for it. Limoges moved over it to avoid contact. He had to drive it right up onto the speed curbing. That upset the race car, and at least for the moment has put him about 7 or 8 car lengths further back. Here comes your race leader off of turn 10 on the start-finish straightaway. We'll see whether the last lap board is out. And it is. Yes, last lap board is out in the flagger stand. So less than a lap to go as we put lap number 22 up on the board. A little less than 39 minutes gone by. So Olivier Bedard looks like he is on his way to an outstanding double up here in the Nissan Micra Cup opening rounds 1 and 2. As he works up into turn number 3. He is long gone in that Solid Experts sponsored number 1 car. Signoretti is going to come out of the weekend here, the rookie with 2nd in the points, the top rookie after races 1 and 2 of the championship.
And then there's the battle for 3rd place. Valerie Limoges trying to hold off with their 220 car, the number 40 of Kevin King. Taylor Neer in the 58 and 5th place, fractions of a second in front of the number 20 of Austin Riley. The race isn't done. Here they come one more time through turn number 5. Limoges and King, 220 and number 4, into turn number 5. King on the high side of the corner is trying to get a run onto the back straightaway, and he's going to run out of corners. We're going to have to wait and see. The bottom of turn number 6 now up the back straightaway towards 7, 8, 9, the top side of the race circuit. Everybody else has run away with it. Signoretti, it's going to be Olivier Bedard taking a checkered flag 30 seconds before everybody else, but the best races are coming up the back straightaway now.
On that run into turn 5B, Limoges ran a defensive inside line, did not leave enough room for the King car to get through. Here's your race leader off at turn 10. Checkered flag out for Olivier Bedard. The pride of La Belle Provence takes his second win of the weekend. Here is the talented rookie, Marco Signoretti. And now the battle for third into turn number 10 on the start-finish straightaway. Kevin King to within a car length. Valerie Limoges on the start-finish straightaway, and Limoges will hold on to grab third in that Total sponsored 220 car. Then it is the 58 of Taylor Neer ahead of Austin Riley, who will finish in sixth. Here's the 00, the Clarington Nissan 00 of Jake Exton will get up there to finish in seventh. Your senior winner, 8th overall, 98 Sylvain Willette. 28, Frederic Bernier across the line in ninth. He will be your second place senior class driver. And then Frederic Bernier in car number 28 will finish back in 10th. And he will be the third place amateur, or the third place senior class driver. 11th will go to 728 Mario Bertillon. In 12th is 427 Nicholas Barrett. 13th, 75 Alex Habrish. 14th was rookie Xavier Lassus. And then back in 15th was 26 Demi Chalkias from Stouffville, Ontario. A young lady who had a best lap at 1:49 and change for whatever reason, perhaps mechanical, off the pace after running some very good laps here yesterday in race number 1, where she was able to bring that car home in 12th, but not as successful here this afternoon. But again, her first year in the Nissan Micra Cup Series after winning the CASC GT championship in Ontario here a year ago. So, Jim, that one had a little bit of everything, but the story remains the same as the Rock record says. Olivier Bedard at the top of the podium.